Hello, welcome to another quality fishing video. This is a trout fishing video. It's kind of a how-to, how I need to learn something. We're going Euro nymphing and I have never done it before until yesterday. I have been fly fishing for a long time, but this is a whole new technique to me. I went out and purchased a new rod for, I'm a bit embarrassed to say, off Amazon for $100, but entry-level fly rods in Australia, they still cost $400 or $500. I've got a couple of rods that I use for rivers anyway, just weren't suitable for Euro nymphing, so I went out and bought a cheapo. They sent me a 4-weight. I'm sure I did order a 3-weight, but that's okay. 10-foot specific nymphing rod. Took it out on the water yesterday. It wasn't too bad. Definitely not the rod's fault that I'm struggling to master this technique or even get any good at it. I did buy a dedicated fly line and a sort of multicoloured leader with coloured cider, a really long leader. I looked at the recipes online to make them, and I would have had to go out and buy 6 spools of line. So I bought this at the local fly shop, sent them some love since Jeff Bezos got my money otherwise. And yeah, went out on the Mersey, quite a lot of water going through at the moment, and we've had a lot of rain, so really quite ideal conditions I thought to give it a crack for the first time. Here's some of the action. I'm going to come back later and go through what I learned and some tips for the future, or tips to get better, which I need to research, and in the next few videos covering fly fishing we'll go through and see how I improve. Okay, so check out the action, I'll be back.
What I guess I should have been doing, so I'm sporting a very high-end Amazon only max catch 10-foot Euro nymphing rod, which I believe is pretty much top of the range for $100. Might be a couple of percent worse than a Sage or an Orvis. I did invest in a nice colourful leader and a fly line, which cost more than the rod. So yeah. So what am I doing? I've just got a team of 2 nymphs. I'm fishing some pretty flooded River Mersey water. I've often passed up this area because it seems so kind of, I guess, low. Just a couple of trickles, but now it's looking good. And I'm just fishing these 2 flies, tungsten bead flies, upstream, getting the line managed and keeping in touch as they roll downstream. So we'll let some line out there. It's still going in nicely. Keeping the rod tip high, 10-foot rod, so you can keep. There's a fish. Ah, I missed him. Wow. Okay. I hope you saw the line go down, because I was kind of just talking and watching it and not really concentrating. Let's go back over this run again. So just there, I saw and felt a strike. Alright, this is awesome. Lots of little rainbows in this part of the river, I think, if the places I've fished upstream from here are anything to go on. Straight upstream from me. Yeah, got one. Whoa, that was awesome. So same thing happened, except this time I was aware of what was going on, and little rainbow took it. I'll have to get into the grass to land it, hopefully show you. That's so cool. come on. Super fun method of fishing this dirty water. Took the bottom fly too, so the top one may come off just because it's tangling up already, or get something a bit longer on there. Tie better dropper. Look at this little rainbow. So there's the dropper on the fly line. Where'd you go, mate? Right. It's still green as. Hey, come on, calm down. Ah, you silly shit. Come on. There we go. Yeah. There's the beautiful little rainbow. And took a pretty hefty tungsten nymph there. There's my Max Catch Performance Nymph, $100 special off Amazon. I just couldn't justify going out and spending $500-600 on a new rod, which I didn't even know if I'd enjoy this, but I already am right into it. So there we go. Thanks, mate. Off you go. Let's get some more. Nice fish. All right, that's a better one. Excellent. And that just stopped. The indicator stopped, and there we go. Much better fish. That's great. Okay, take it easy on this one because he's decent, and I do not want it to go in that main current. Okay. Let's swing it around. So let's bring the rod tip down a bit. Try and fight his head sideways, get him in closer, and I'll get him up to this little bit of grassy area away from the main current. Change the rod angle here. Okay. Do not want to lose this fish. He's very nice. Another rainbow, but much bigger. Come on. Okay, if I can get downstream here, I feel better. Yep. It's not a huge fish, but feels big on this rod actually. It feels really big because the whole rod bends to fight it, and obviously to cast a nymph too. Do not go there. Stay there. Just giving up a bit. Oh, yeah. It's a different kind of bite that time. Everything just stopped, and I was like, all right, give it a strike, and there he was. All right. Gotcha. That's a good fish. Nice size. Good size rainbow for in here. That's excellent. Took that bottom fly again. Slightly deeper water, so I think I'll keep with just the rig I'm on. I don't want to chop and change. It's another nice rainbow, a bit bigger than the first one. There we go. You ready? Off you go, mate. Cool. There's a fish. Yes, finally. Ah, pulled hooks. All right, that's all right. Which one did you take? Good. Okay, now I'm suddenly getting my mojo back. Oh, fuck off. There's some kayakers coming down. Okay, so there you go. We did it. We did some Euro nymphing and had some success. Caught 2 fish. Look, and if I ended the video there, you'd think, well, that was pretty good. That was about the first hour and a half of the session. Things went downhill from there. First of all, the wind got up to the point where I struggled, and then I ended up getting some more multi-tangles, and I also didn't catch another fish before the walk of shame back to the car. So why did all that happen, and what did I learn from that? Well, first of all, I fished a dropper. I think it was too short. It was wrapping around the main line or the main tippet. So I cut it off. After that, I lost contact because I effectively halved the weight or taken a lot of weight out of the overall system, and that was a big thing. Once I put the dropper back on, I felt in touch again, heavier system. But then I struggled with the wind, the bow in the line. You can see from the clip that
was pushing the line so much that it was actually just dragging the fly off the bottom. And look, I think number one, line management. Number two, keeping the rod low out of the wind, and also fishing closer and really stripping to keep in touch with the fly at really close quarters could minimise all of that. Perhaps heavier fly as well, or flies. Mention line management, that's the big thing. If you look at the first fish I dropped the bite from, you can see from this clip here that there's definitely a lot of slack in the fly line. So I'm holding it, but above my hand there's all this line to stretch out, and while that's stretching out you can't feel anything. So, but if that was tighter, I'd feel that in my rod hand where the lines touch my finger. I also have, I think through the session you'll see that I did become more active in managing the line with my non-rod hand to keep tight, to just keep stripping close, and yeah. So, and I think on later on I definitely had a little bit more of a grasp on that. Now the last thing I learned that I really do need to address is how I was striking the fish. I've sort of watched a few other videos and people seem to just be striking parallel to the water downstream really hard, and I'm just doing this sort of classic dry fly, God save the Queen they say, and lifting the rod. It didn't really work, and there's a, see from this clip that I definitely came up tight on the fish, but it wasn't hooked very well. I think if I gave it that big hard downstream strike, and I did that a bit more often with any kind of potential bites, I might connect more fish. So overall, stoked to get my first couple of fish on the Euro Nymphing. Definitely could improve, missing bites, missing strikes, managing the line to keep in touch with the flies, and actually casting better to avoid the dropper and tangle. So I'm going to look into my casting technique. Hopefully in the next videos you'll see all of this improve. Might double my catch, might treble my catch. Let's get into some multiple fish in a session next time with these improvements. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoy the series that's coming up. Cheers.